I am so excited. Long overdue. Tenille Arts is joining us on Pure Country. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so good. I feel like you have had a very exciting start to your 2023, which I feel like, when we've talked in past times doing a lot of Zooms and not seeing each other in person, this is probably like the year you've been really waiting for to happen to get back out and see all your fans in Canada.
Yeah, I haven't toured Canada in I think like 5 years or something. The last one was the Dean Brody tour. So I haven't actually gone across Canada in a really long time. So I'm just excited and just can't wait because I've had so many singles up in Canada that I haven't even been able to
Yeah,
like
it's so weird.
yeah.
It's so strange because I remember like the last time we really did an interview in person was CMA's right before everything kind of shut down. And we were talking about a tour you were supposed to go on that ended up like, getting postponed and getting postponed. And so this feels like such a breath of fresh air to like know that you're going to actually get the chance to finally do it. And I feel like you've grown so much since then and you have so much incredible music since then. What song are you most looking forward to playing on the beer drinking opportunity tour?
Ooh, I would say the new song Jealous of Myself. I just feel like it's well, and Somebody Like That, because I just know that people will hopefully sing along. So it's like that's always really fun. But Jealous of Myself is just so different and kind of like the start of a new chapter and the start of my new music. So it's always fun to get to play that and um have people's reactions because it's like it kind of tells you that you're going in the right direction
Yeah.
to get that real feedback. So that's what I want on this tour.
Okay, we're going to talk about the beer drinking opportunity. Oh my gosh, beer drinking opportunity tour in length in a second. But you brought that song up, and I've been listening to it on repeat, as I'm sure a lot of other people have too. Jealous of Myself. What a incredible, like the writing on that song is just so good. Is that what drew you to it when you first heard it? Because it's Emily Weisband, John Byron, and Trevor Rosen from Old Dominion. But like, how did this happen? Because I feel like you saw a video or heard a demo or something of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, usually I like to be a writer on everything, but I've always been open to outside songs. I just didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was sent great songs yet. I was kind of waiting for that spark to be like, oh, that person outwrote me. Like, that's really great. And so this was so crazy because I wasn't even following Emily. I didn't know that she was on TikTok. And she was, I guess, doing this series of songs that she had written for other artists that had been out there, and then also songs that she had just written and was hoping to get to people. So um, she posted just a verse chorus of Jealous of Myself and said, does anybody out there want to sing this song? And when I heard it and heard the hook at the end of the chorus, I was just like, dang, yeah, that really, that's something that I don't think I could have ever written. I would have never thought of that. And I just knew that, whether I had felt like that in the past or, thinking about if I ever, wasn't with Tyler, I feel like I would feel that way. So I just really was drawn to the song and reached out, commented. I was like, I want to sing this.
Like, meet with me, please.
I was like, if you don't sing it, I will. And so we reached out to her team and like I was kind of all in even before hearing the rest of the song. I was like, this is something really special. And they sent it to us. They were like, you can have it. We went into the studio with Nathan Chapman and it just turned into this really special, unique song and experience of finding a song.
Yeah, and I feel like it's such a different level of hearing you as a vocalist. I feel like we get to hear so many different parts of your voice that, when if you haven't seen Tenille Arts perform live, like you're an incredible singer live and your songs showcase that. But this song is just even more of like what you can really do. So I feel like, when fans get a chance to see you and then you slow it down and show them that side of you and this like growth in your music, it's going to be really cool.
Thank you. I mean, what was so cool about working with Nathan, who he did a lot of the early Taylor stuff, and what was so cool about working with him, and I've kind of tried to bring that into the new music as well, like with other producers, is that he was such a great coach in the vocal booth. He was like, I've never heard this before. And sometimes producers can just say, oh, that's great, everything sounds great. He was very like coaching me, and I am somebody who loves that. I'm like, tell me what to do, this is so great. And he told me, he was like, sing the verses like you're telling a story, like almost like you're talking, and then sing the chorus like you're a singer. And I just thought that was such a unique way of coaching somebody in the vocal booth. So I felt like it drew out more emotion
For sure.
than I done myself. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and it really, like, there's a lot, like you said, a lot of emotion in that song, and you can really feel you feeling what this song means. And like you said, it's such an interesting concept. Like when you see the title, you're like, what is this? Where's this gonna go? And it's really, really cool. Same with your song Girl to Girl though, because I feel like that is the type of song that you see the title and you're like, okay, what's the storyline here? And I love your single Girl to Girl also, but when I hear it, it makes me think of how important it is for women out there to not jump to like, the new girl is, somebody I don't want to help out. Like they'll have to learn the hard way. It's like we as women being through bad relationships need to have more of this kind of girl to girl communication, because it's so important. And a lot of the times, like the new girl in town, she has no idea what she's getting herself into. And for you to sing a song like this, to be like, maybe I should just help her out a little bit.
It's always like, it's such an interesting thing, because I'm like, I love singing this song, and I truly do live by this. Like if somebody's dating somebody that I don't really like, it's like, okay, or if I see like red flags, not just if I don't, it's like, okay, if I see something that's not great, I try to say something, but it's very difficult to also do that, because it's like, if somebody's so in love with this person, it's like this fine line that you have to walk of, okay, I need to be honest because I'm seeing this, but I also like, I'm not trying to ruin your relationship. I'm just telling you my thoughts. And so it's this fine line. It's tricky, but it's important, I think, as girls.
And it's always like, I've been the person on both sides before. Like I'm sure you have. I've been the girl that's like, I do not want to hear you say anything bad about them. They're amazing. And then you learn, 5-6 months down the road, like, that person was right. And it's like, you have to think to yourself, like, I'm only telling you the truth about this person because I care. It's when I stop telling you, what I think or how I feel about it and giving you advice that you should be worried, because then it's like you don't care anymore. So it's, I think, a really, really important song for women to listen to just like look out for each other and respect someone who is looking out for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's sometimes the truth hurts. I feel like that's kind of like
We've all been through that. Did anyone tell you about when you started dating Tyler that like, did you have anybody come out and say anything to you?
No, I had, no, everybody was like, oh my gosh, we love him.
And then you're like, this is good.
Yeah, we had so many people that were just like, oh my gosh, we can't believe we didn't think to like set you two up and whatever. But I did have one girl on Instagram, because he used to be on like a dating app or something like that. And we had one girl reach out and be like, he's literally on this app, like blah blah blah. And Tyler was like, okay, I deleted it, but I didn't know I had to delete the whole like profile to not be on this app anymore. So it was, yeah, it was like somebody was trying to warn me, but it was like, it actually wasn't true. So
that's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny when you, like, girls out there, if you're getting bad feedback about a guy you're with and you think that you're a forever person, then when you actually are with your forever person, like when Steven and I got together too, and you don't get any bad feedback, then you're like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like.
I know, like I instantly knew when my mom was like totally in love with him. And like, you know, my dad too, being like, oh, Tyler's so great, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, like this.
You're like, this is good. This is a good sign.
Yeah.
So now is time we have to talk about this upcoming tour, beer drinking opportunity tour, which is so hard to say. But Lee Brice has invited you out as one of the special guests on this tour across Canada, and special guest Josh Ross. Now, I just talked to Lee Brice the other day about this tour, and he said he's so excited to give you guys this opportunity to open up for him, because he's like, I remember what that felt like when he had the chance to open up for Dierks Bentley. And he's like, it's so cool now for Dierks and I to have this relationship today where we go, remember when. So the fact that you get to like down the road one day be able to go to Lee and be like, man, that was such a cool moment that I got to do with you.
Yeah, I love Lee. We've done some shows together, and I'm just like, his crowd is so fun, and I feel like, you know, I want to make my show like really fit that. I mean, we're talking about beer here, like it's gonna have to be a fun show. So working on it, and just excited to be exposed to more of his fans, but also it's kind of like a homecoming for me. So it's super cool. And yeah, I'm just pumped, and I'm like, call me up to sing your song that you do.
Yeah. So I have to ask, do you actually drink beer?
A little bit. I'm like, maybe on a, you know, a night out, or like if it's like day drinking in the summer, a good you know, Corona with lime is my like
You and I
go-to.
are like the same kind of beer drinking people.
It's
Do
like
I
not my
just,
go-to, but yeah.
yeah, like do I, come home, sit down to have dinner and like crack open a beer? Usually not. But, at especially at a concert, that is a definite like easy go-to drink. As far as coming back to Canada, are you going to have a chance to bring some family out to some shows?
Yes, actually, the show in Regina is on my birthday. So April 19th. So like a ton of my friends and family are coming, and it's just going to be this awesome like homecoming situation. And then I have like friends and family kind of across the country that are going to be coming to the different shows. So I'm going to be using a lot of comp tickets.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Tenille Arts on Pure Country. Make sure you guys go see her on the road with Lee Brice.